Okay, you see in the top command. So top command, right? It will list, it will show the processes which are consuming more CPU. But whatever is consuming more CPU, that will come on top. Okay, top is a command which will show the CPU utilization, the processor which are using more CPU. Now root user is using 0.3%, EC2 user is running on one process which is using 0.3%. Now it is changed. Right, it will show the memory utilization also, but sorting will be done on based on CPU utilization. It will be here, it will be runtime, it will keep showing. Now if you want to come out of it, just click on Q and you can come out. That is one thing. Next thing is, sir, I have one process running, I want to kill it. You know, one process which is consuming more memory, for example, yes command yes minus ef, right? Something like this you execute, right? It will show all the processes, or just pfs, right? It is showing these processes, right? Now I want to kill this process, or else top command I executed, so something, right? This one, this is a PID, this is consuming more memory. For example, the process which is consuming more memory, it will have a PID here. I want to kill that. So for that, right, I want to kill the process. I don't want that process, or it's creating some issues. I want to kill it. So for that, what you can do is, there is one command called as kill. Kill has many options. You need to pass signal. Those are called as signals. Kill minus 9. Minus 9 is to stop it, right? Kill it, right? PID. So kill minus 9 PID. Now we observe here, I want to kill it, right? PS. So bash, this is my terminal ID. PS minus 9 1346. I'm going to execute.
Minus 9.
Sorry. Minus 9, right? So I'm closing the bash. Means what will happen? My terminal get exited. Okay, it is not doing that. I think it has changed again. The number is 1346. Kill minus 9, right? Sorry. Minus 9 you say. Yes. Kill minus 9. I'm giving the PID. See, it got exited. From my terminal, it got exited. Right? Again, I want to connect. Up arrow, just connect it. Okay, so like that. So there is a process, Jenkins process running. It has a ID, PID. So kill minus 9, you can give it. So there are many options you can pass. You want to means there is as a EC2 user, I started few tools like Jenkins and all. I want to run all the processes which are started by Jenkins user. Kill all minus u username, means EC2 user. If you give as a EC2 user, if you have initiated any process, all the process will be terminated. Okay, so this minus 9 you remember, this is right. Okay, next, these are called as signals, like minus 9, minus 3, minus all you are passing, right? You don't need to remember all the things, you just remember minus 9 is to kill the process. If you want to kill all the process of one user, then all minus u you have to use. And I want to see all the jobs running in the background. This is very important question. One more question: how to run any process in the background, right? That I'll teach in shell script. For now, you remember anything. If you want to run in the background, for example, CP I'm doing, source to destination. It is a huge file. It will take 10 minutes to copy. So what it will do is, it will wait in the terminal only until the copy completes. I don't want to do it. I want to do in Windows also, you might have observed, right? If you try to copy from one location to other location, if it is a huge file, it will show one pop-up, 10% of the file copied, 2 minutes remaining, 3 minutes remaining, like that it will show. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Right? Like that here also, it will not show pop-up, but it will just blink there, it will wait it here. I don't want to do it. I want to run it in the background. It should not display what is copying. It should run in the background. So after the command, source, destination, you will give, right? At the end, you need to just use dollar. Sorry, and symbol, not dollar, and. Right? Any script or command you execute, if you want to execute it in the background, then you need to use this and command at the end. That's it. Same, however you execute the scripts you don't know, I'll teach in shell scripting, anything, right? So this, you need to use this and symbol, you have to use at the end of the command or script. That's it. It will run in the background. Now I want to see, like this, I have executed many processes. I want to see all the processes which are running in the background. Jobs is a command. right? Now we don't have any background commands. I mean, the scripts or commands running in the background, the jobs which are running in the background, we don't have. If you want to see those, then you need to use jobs command, which will show. This is important, you remember. Okay, so it will run in the background, right? So top command to list the CPU utilization, kill to kill the process, jobs to list the jobs which are running in the background. Next thing, you joined one organization, okay, or else someone asked you what is the operating system you use. I said Linux. Which operating system, which version, which flavor it is? I said Red Hat. Red Hat. But in the interview, they'll ask, for example, how to show you how you will show the proof. If someone asks, you are saying Red Hat, what is the proof, right? So guys, you remember one thing, under etc directory /etc directory, for every Linux distribution, right? For any Linux distribution, if it is Red Hat -release will be there. One file will be there. This file contains, right? What operating Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.4. Version is 8.4, right? It is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Now this is Red Hat with the operating system name, it is Red Hat -release. If it is Ubuntu, it will be Ubuntu -release. Okay, so you know that if someone said, hey, we are using Red Hat, so you can show this. Someone said Ubuntu, we can show this Ubuntu -release. If it is Amazon Linux, Amazon -release, something it will be there. But you don't know which operating system it is. You want to find it out. You don't know whether it will be Red Hat, Ubuntu, Debian or something. So when you don't know something, you can use star, right? Star -release. I want to cat, which is under etc. I want to cat a file which is under etc. The name of that is star -release. Means I don't know the name, but at the end, starting can be anything. After that, -release should be there. So now it is C. There will be one file, right? So Red Hat -release, it is just giving this. So now when I type this, it is, you observe here, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which version 8.4 ID RHL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which is similar like Fedora, right? 8.4 version like this, it is giving complete information of your operating system. If it is Ubuntu, it will show here as Ubuntu, something like that. Understood? This is interview question. Especially when you are going, when you have less than 3 years of experience, right? This is an important question. How to know which distribution or flavor of our operating system we are using, or how to know which version of operating system we are using, right? So cat /etc/star -release, if we give, that file has everything, so it will print that. Okay, so this is there here, you can use it. Next, this I'll come back. Set I'll discussed. Okay, EXPR also I discussed. DF I discussed. DF, DU, these and all I discussed. Shell also I discussed. Temporary, how to move to a temporary shell, right? So if you want to change shell permanently, echo $shell we have to use. Temporarily, if you want to change means just type sh or that shell name, it will get into that. Just click exit and come back. Netstat, to see the networking subsystems. Okay, just remember it. Netstat TypeScript script command. TypeScript is a file name we discussed. Who am I? These and all I discussed. These I discussed. Next, okay, let me discuss about a few things. Okay, this tail, those and all we discussed, right? Next, guys, see, where is this? Okay, path I discussed. Okay, let me explain about this. So there is one command called as date. So it is going to print a current date. So I want to see my local time, right? It's not my local time. This Linux operating system time. It is in North Virginia or somewhere, right? Monday, June, it is 30th, 2:58 is the time. UTC time. It is showing as UTC time, Universal Time Zone. So we are UTC plus 530, right? Ours is UTC plus 530, right? So this is UTC time. Okay. So for us, we need to add plus 530. 5 hours, 30 minutes we need to add with this. Okay, fine. So 2, right? 2 plus 5, what? 5 is 7. So it is 30 minutes. So it is almost like 3 o'clock, right? So 3 plus 5:30 means 8:30, right? So we have 8:30 now. Okay. So date is a command which will show which will print the date. Okay, date command. Next, these are not much important what I'm going to discuss now. Just remember it. That's it. See, history is a command. This will print the commands which are executed recently, right? So these are the commands just now executed history, before that date, before that clear, before that cat release, jobs clear, something, right? So like this and all, I executed few commands, right? Everything it is going to display. So last, right? So how many commands it will discuss? It will list. Okay, it is 561. It is showing. I'll tell you there is a limit for that. By default, it is 1000. By default, it is 1000. So the recent commands, whatever I executed, the recent 1000 commands it will show. If I execute more than 1000 commands, the previous one will be gone. The latest 1000 will be listed here. Next, in those commands, I don't want to have duplicates. In the history, right? If I execute date twice, date today executed, right? It will store in that history. Now tomorrow I'll execute. So whatever I executed date yesterday and tomorrow, everything it will remember. I don't want to remember the previous date commands. Duplicate I don't have. Only the latest time. Recently, whatever the date I executed, that should be there. If I have executed in previous, the history should be removed. I mean, the duplicate of the date should not be there. For that, what you can do is, there is one environmental variable called as hist control. Export hist control equal to ignore dupes. Means it will not remember the duplicate commands. If the same command you are executing twice, in the history, it will remember only once, not 2 times. Right? This is like this. There is one environmental variable, you know, right? Export is a command we're using which we can create environmental variables or modify the values of environmental variables. Export this and the value. Okay. Next, erase dupes means already duplicates are there. If you use ignore dupes, from this moment onwards, it will not remember the duplicate commands. Means the command which if you execute, these are not much important, guys. Now whatever I'm discussing this, right? Not much important, just knowledge purpose. You just remember there is one option. Okay. Next, if there are already duplicates, I want to remove those duplicates. This erase dupes. I want to remove clear the history, entire history, all the commands, whatever it has stored. I want to remove those, right? Clear the history minus C. History minus C. Next, I want to ignore duplicates, right? Then we use hist control equal to ignore dupes, right? I want to erase dupes, right? But I want to ignore only few commands. PWD date, like this and all simple commands. I know I don't want to remember this in the history. So export hist ignore, right? Hist ignore. See, this is hist control. Hist ignore equal to the commands in double quotes with the colons operation. You give the command. So these commands will not be stored in the history. Okay. Next, reboot to restart your mission. If you want to restart your Linux, reboot. Only root user can do. Forcibly, if there are any processor running, it will not reboot. If you want to forcibly restart, -F. But reboot will not do it in real time, regularly. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. See, I want to send a mail from my Linux mission. For example, I'll write some script, shell scripting or something. When something is found, I want to write a mail. Then mail is a command. If you want to send a mail from your Linux mission, mail is a command. But if you want to send a mail, it will not send automatically. For example, I'll ask you, hey, send mail from your mobile. How can you send? You need to have a Gmail or something, right? So Gmail guys also will have some SMTP server. This I'll discuss in Jenkins, how emails are sent in real time. There will be, to send emails, there should be one server, SMTP server. How it will work and all I'll explain in Jenkins. First, that SMTP server details we need to configure. Once we have, we can send emails. Mail is the command, but nowadays we'll not use Linux to send emails. There are some other automation tools like Jenkins, right? Monitoring tools will be there. So there will configure, for monitoring tools will configure the email SMTP detail. Those will send the email. Okay. But remember, in case if you want to configure or send emails from your Linux machine itself, right? You need to configure SMTP details, and mail is the command to send email. Okay, mail is a command. Mail is a command which will send the email. So mail hyphen s subject, all right, and the body should be read from this file. Body should be read subject only. This okay, subject only. Hello, and just reading this file. Okay, so the content of this file will be added to subject, right? Next, send. I want to send attachment. See here, mail hyphen c, right? So to this email ID cc, I want to send. Subject is this one hyphen s subject. This bcc and this is a mail, right? So like this, we can give that address, right? Body, subject, email, cc, bcc, like that, and all we can give it. But it cannot send. A mail command cannot send attachments. We cannot send attachment. If you want to send a mail in with attachment, mutt is the command. If you want to send a mail with attachment, then mutt is the command. Okay, just a second. Okay, so this is not much important for you. If you need it, you can get from Google or somehow. But we don't use this generally. I have never used this. Okay, next, see wget command. This is important command. I want to download something on Windows. You just go to that link, click on download, it will download. For example, Maven download. I want to download Maven download. Okay, something. I'm going to official site of Maven download. See here, this is a zip file, right? I want to download. Windows means if I click on this, it will start get downloading. Windows, very simple. Just click on this, it will get downloaded. But Linux, how to download? We don't have a script. We don't have a browser. I cannot go to this link, right? Select this, click that. Browser support is not there on Windows. And how to download? On Linux, I don't have browser support, right? Take this link, right click here, copy link address. Okay, now go to your Linux machine. This is my Linux, right? Command to download is wget. Wget and give the link. So what is my current working directory? What is my current working directory?
/home/EC2.
Simple. Use EC2 user home directory. Okay, EC2 user home directory. There it will get downloaded. But it is saying command not found. So now it is not there. So how to install? How to install? Install wget. Install wget -y. But permission denied, right? Root user only can install. But EC2 is a user, normal user. But AWS has given sudo privileges by default to this. If you create any external user, that user will not get sudo privileges. But this user is a normal user, but AWS has already provided sudo privileges for that. So sudo I'm using. We'll download that, install that wget command. Done. Now what I'll do is I'll try to download it. Up arrow, wget downloading. So now if I see LSE, see here, can you see this? Apache Maven -3.8.6 -bin zip downloaded. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? We are going to use this wget. So it is a tar file. It is a it's a zip file. Sorry, it is a zip file. How to unzip it? Unzip this file name, right? This file name. Okay, unzip and this file name. If you give it will get unzipped, right? So that tree command I already explained. Top I already explained. Okay. So you want to see top command will run all the processes which are consuming CPU, right? So based on CPU adding, it will show. I want to see the processes only for one user, specific user, which are initiated by that user. So top -u username, -u means user, the username if you give, only this user has initiated the process, right? Only those processes it is going to list and their CPU utilization. Next, this is the important question, right? How to know what is the RAM free size of the RAM? P is a command, right? So what is your RAM size, right? So this is my total RAM size. In you don't know about that -h you type. Okay, it is saying this is my total RAM size, almost 1 GB, right? In that this much is utilized and this much is free. Like that, it is going to show, right? Free, the RAM size, it is right. It is going to show that. Okay. right? Free is a command. How to know hard disk's free size? Means volume free size. What is the command? No volume free size.
df.
df, right? For RAM it is free, and fdisk, right? So this is for, you might have seen this fdisk minus L, right? So this, who saw this command? Do anyone remember this command?
External disk.
All the disks, right? We have seen this in AWS when we worked with root volumes, when we attached an external volume to list that how many volumes, right? So for that, at that time we used fdisk. Okay, so you remember this command also. Now you don't, for example guys, fdisk command will list how many hard disks you have, right? Now I have only inbuilt root volume, this one. If you attach, if the memory is not enough for my instance, right, we will learn that in AWS how to get external volume and attach it. So if you want to see that, what is the mounting point, what are the volumes available, how much capacity, right, it will list this. So we have only one volume which is of 10 GB. If you get one more external volume, if you attach with 100 GB, it will show that also here. Okay, so fdisk, you remember this also asked in recent interviews many times. Fdisk, fdisk minus L. Okay, it will show what are the volumes we attached. Next, rsync, I already explained you people, right? Rsync. Next, I explained about zip. We already saw this. Unzip also we have seen. R, how to extract it, right? XVF, CVF, R. This we discussed, right? Next, cron tab is not important. I'll discuss this later. One more command is service. Cron tab we can see later also. I'll explain when I explain in Jenkins. At the same time, I'll explain. Service is one of the command. Service. Remember this. This is one of the important command. We work with this. See, I want to install some tools like yum install Jenkins. Okay, something. I'll install like this. If you install some external tools, that's enough. They'll automatically work. But few tools, if you install, those will get installed, but those will be in stopped state. Stopped state. I want to start that. Okay, I want to start that. Service Jenkins start is the command. Service is the command which we use to start, to stop, or to check the status of that tools. Like Jenkins is a tool. Jenkins is a tool which we install. So once we install, it will be in stopped state. I want to start it. Service Jenkins start. I want to stop it. Whenever it is in stop state, I want to stop it. Whenever it is in started state, I want to stop it. I want to restart it. Service Jenkins restart. Restart is the command. I want to check the status, whether it is in stopped state or running state or something. So if you see this, it will show that Jenkins, now we don't have Jenkins, right? Service Jenkins could not found. Jenkins is not there on mission. So instead of service, you can use systemctl also. Systemctl status Jenkins. Syntax is different. Here Jenkins status, here status Jenkins, reverse order. Okay, systemctl. Systemctl is advanced than service. From 7 or 6, I forgot. So that time onward, systemctl is there. We can use for the same purpose, whatever we use service, the same purpose we use systemctl, but reverse order. Jenkins start here, or here start Jenkins, status Jenkins, restart Jenkins, stop Jenkins, like that, reverse order. So not only Jenkins, many tools to stop, to start, restart, check the status, we use either service or systemctl commands. Okay, this we use hundreds times. You don't worry. By the end of the time, our course will use service and systemctl many times.